Hello, this is Pastor Manning bringing you the Beacon of Hope podcast. I have a quick thought for you today on the torn veil. Reading this passage, I was thinking of how significant it is for our life. The passage to which I refer is Mark chapter 15 and verse 38. It says there in just a few succinct and powerful words, "And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom." The veil there referred to is a very heavy and thick curtain, if you will, that separated what the Bible calls the most holy place from the holy place, originally within the tabernacle and then within the temple. The significance of that was that within the most holy place was the Ark of the Covenant of God. All that ark means is a vessel or something that contains. Noah's Ark contained 2 of each species of the world's animals and 7 of some of the clean animals, and also the 8 members of his family. The Ark of the Covenant, the ark wasn't part of the covenant. It was the golden vessel that was carried by the priest, and within that vessel, a large box-like vessel, it contained the covenant, the tablets of stone on which were written the 10 Commandments. Now, it was very, very important to realize that the only person that could go in to that Ark of the Covenant and to fellowship with God on the Day of Atonement, when the blood of the sacrifice was put on what was called the mercy seat, and the relationship between God and man was made clean once again. The only person that could go in there was the high priest, and he had to approach it carefully and exactly as was prescribed by God. Well, when Jesus was crucified, which was the time that this verse I read was referring to, that heavy, heavy veil, very thick veil, tore in half, which is what is meant by it was rent in twain. It tore in half from the top to the bottom. God got a hold of it and tore it in half. The importance of that is that when that happened, and Hebrews, the book of Hebrews specifically mentions this, it was made evident that the way to God was made open. That veil being torn in half, it meant that every person individually could come to God by faith. We no longer needed an earthly priesthood to mediate and be the go-between between us and God. Our priest is Jesus Christ himself, a high priest made after the order of Melchizedek with an ever-living power where he intercedes for us and where he is always available to us. This, we may go boldly to God because of this. We may go directly to God. You can go directly to God. If Christ is your Savior, and if God is your Father, then you may go directly to God. The veil is taken away. You may fellowship one-on-one with God. May we have the wisdom and the heart to use this access. For the access granted is of no avail to us in our practical day-by-day living unless we use it, unless we go to God often, unless we fellowship with our Creator. The veil of the temple was rent in twain. And by the way, it is still rent in twain. I'm not saying the physical one, that entire building and all that was there no longer exists, but I'm saying the veil, that which separated us and God, that which required a human mediator, is no longer there, and we have direct access to God. May we have wisdom and grace enough to use that access to His glory today. May God bless you, and may you have a great rest of your day.